channel. I think yesterday many people are back to ask questions, and I'm here to make something clear. If you want to move to Finland, you need a resident permit. The permit can be granted on the basis of work, entrepreneurship, studies, family ties, and international protection, like asylum seekers and all that. So, but today, let's talk about the one all of us know that are important, the ones that are important. So, number one is study. Number two, you can go to from Africa, you can go as a student, that is study. Then you can go as an entrepreneur, that is one. That is then number three, you can go as on the basis of work. So entrepreneur, work, and study. Now we have the one tourist one we've been talking about, Schengen, and all that. We have had that one. So, but we have those, but let's talk about living as someone that's to Finland through this, because I know some nerves are going, even the foreigners are coming to tell me, oh, don't come here, there's no any space here. There will never be any space to go to anywhere. Yes, there will never be any space to welcome immigrants in Western country. They will push it down and they will say all sorts of things. But the point is this: when you go into the hospitals, who are the doctors? Who are the nurses? Who are the mortuary attendants? Who are the cleaners? So it will give you an idea. You still need immigrants. When you go to schools, who are the teachers? Who are the school workers? That will give you an idea of what we are talking here. When you go to places like their big shops, their warehouses, their Amazon warehouses, or their DHL people warehouses, who are the major workers there? So ignore any tantrums anybody's trying to say, oh, don't come here, don't come here. At the end of the day, when you go to all these places, who are you seeing? Who are the workers? When they give you an answer, then we can now have a conversation whether they need immigrants or they don't need anybody. Or they will say, one person came to write under my comment, don't come here. We don't need you people. Yes, I agree. But let's go down. When you go to pharmaceutical companies in those countries, who are the pharmacists there? When you go to the hospital, just ask them this simple question. And you see them look at you like someone that's lost control of their car. Just when they run their mouth, leave them and ask them. Simple question. Who are the doctors in the hospital? Who are the distant? Who are the nurses? Who are the physiotherapists? Who are the people making making life easier for you? Who are the people? Which race are they, or which races are they from? So we cannot have a conversation. But if you want to run your mouth and say, don't bring people here, don't come here, it's all good. You can run your mouth. But we all know that aging population still need people to care for them in their care homes, in their homes, or in their hospital, wherever they are. They still need people to care for them. And who are these people? So if you cannot answer this, then stay back. And let's talk about the topic of today and forget people that don't want to accept realities of the situation. So if today is your first day of joining me, my name is Soninye, and please, can you just click like button and subscribe, please? So today, let's talk about, today I will provide information that applies to resident permit, and it also, I will also provide information in renewal and help with resident permits and how you can live to achieve your goal as someone that immigrated in a country that you don't have family or you don't have relatives, because when you leave your country to go to all this country, you are going as someone without any family support base. So you are going as someone that you are alone, and you will take care of yourself alone. So number one in this topic is this: when you go travel to Finland, what can you get a job? Because job is actually the sustenance. Yes, job sustains. So you need a job. I want you to get hands, your hands, two of your hands on jobs. So I want to say this: even if you are a medical doctor, an engineer, a pharmacist, architecture or architect or nurse or whatever your profession is, go to Finland with a skill. I know what I'm saying. Go to Finland with a skill. Then number two, if at all that you are working in Finland and um you are looking at will I say elongating your paperwork, or will I say getting a permanent resident permit, there are things that you need to have in mind. You need to have in mind that all the Western countries, they like people that pay tax. Mhm. And they like people that don't get involved in criminal activities. Then number three, they like people that help the communities where they found themselves. So these three things: pay your tax, stay away from anything that will make the law enforcement agencies to uh, um, see you as a problem to the country where you found yourself. Then number three is trying trying so hard and trying so hard to be relevant in your community. So now let's go as someone that went through Schengen visa and tried to change the visa. Now, you know why I said you need to have a skill? You need to have a skill because if the plan, maybe you are a nurse, you went and changed this visa and all that, you can change to something better and will help you stay in the country legally. One of them is tech skill. Second is handiwork, or what we call tradespeople's crafts. Like if you're a plumber, you are a carpenter, you are a roofer, you are a welder, you are resourceful, that you can get a job and get a job with visa sponsorship easily. Then fine. Then residence permits can be is so easy for people that are resourceful, that do these three things I have said. Let me repeat it again. You pay your tax and the government know that you are in the country legally. Then number two is you stay away from anything that will give police trouble, or get yourself involved in any criminal activities. Stay away from any criminal activities. Then number three, your community where you are you a nuisance, or you are someone that is worthy, or that is trusted, or that helps in wherever community you find yourself? Let me give an example of this. I know apart from your job, you have a place you are living. Maybe there are okay, in you, let me say, for example, there are old people's homes and others. They normally do like all this volunteer. At least find a time to volunteer once in a week. It's like, you are volunteering. People are seeing you. You are a good woman. try to be a good human. These are the three things that I know that can stop you when you get into any European country with a skill that is, needed in that community, and you can easily get a job easily with visa sponsorship, easily. So these three things are the only thing I know that can stop you from doing whatever you want. When I say whatever you want, I don't mean when you want to do any bad thing. You said this is what you want. I said like, you know, growing your career, studying, raising a family in a healthy way, and living as a good citizen and enjoying whatever benefits Finland has to offer. These are the things I mean that when you want to, you need to do things that you want. So not a criminal activities. So now, if we be if you if we want to be serious, before a resident permit can be granted to you, you must find a job in Finland. Then, when you find a job, you can apply for a resident permit. Then, to work in Finland, you normally need either a resident permit for an unemployed person, for an employed person, or some other for a resident permit entitling you to work. So that resident permit must permit you to work a full-time job, so that you can be able to pay tax, you can be able to save money, and all these things cost money. Living in Western countries cost money. I cannot sit here and tell you how much will be rent in Finland. I cannot do that because I don't know where you want to stay when you go to Finland. So it is not the same. For instance, people in London pay more than people in Manchester, or people in Cambridgeshire pay even more than some places in London. So all when you are trying to move to the Western world, it depends on your city. So what you pay depends on where you are moving. In some certain cases, what you pay as well depend on the kind of community you might. There are places in London that is cheap because people don't like living there because of maybe it's high rates, criminal activities are over the roof and all that. It's not necessary that people in city. There are some places in city that are for elites and all that. So I cannot sit here and tell you how much you will pay in a like you will pay as someone that wants to move in Canada. I will not give you any estimation, but food you can be able to afford anywhere in EU. Food is food is okay. Food is not expensive, like it's not over the roof. But what people normally wants to check is utility bill, transportation, and rent. So this rent is still, I cannot tell you how much or what you need to know. So, resident permit for an unemployed person, you will need a resident permit if you are if you want to work to get your indefinite leave to remain, or to get a citizenship. So that's what the next topic I will try to tackle. So how do you get a citizenship when you go to all this country? Normally, most of this country normally give you that first time work permit. After that, you have to renew and get like I think 5 years or something, so that you can count your years. Some people that study, after study, most of them get post study work. What England and Canada call post study work. I don't know Finland terms because I'm not a Finnish. I don't speak Finland, but you cannot just go today and get citizenship tomorrow. You have to count your years. So by that time you are counting your years, remember these three things: pay your tax, stay away from criminal things, and be of good woman to your communities. So if at all you have problem, or where you are working, or all that. I think, in EU, the legal system is a bit fairer. I wouldn't say that if anything happens that you will not be taken care of legally and all that if you work. There's always what are they calling it? Charities in everywhere in Europe. If you Google charities in Finland, you will see a lot of things. There's always charities. There are even charities for animals. Yes. So human beings, there are charities taking care of things, like asylum seekers and all that. But you are not an asylum seeker. So let's not go there. But if you have problem with your immigration, there's always charities that take care of things. So the next if a resident of Finland wants to invite you, there are rules and there are ways the person have to follow to invite you. So, for instance, a resident permit for an employed person is required for the following job: cook, cleaners, or home helpers or childminds. The Finnish Immigration Service decides on whether or not you will be granted a permit. So they still have that right to say yes to your permit or no. Have this in mind if when you are moving to Finland, that at a time they reserve the right to say no for your application or yes, for the application you put in their office or in their system. So, for resident permits, a partial decision issued by the Employment and Economic Development Office, EEO office, is also needed. So sometimes there are organizations that will accept that they need this job or they need this person to work. Then they can now look at it for the second time. So, like I said before, everything in Europe, as far as I know, are considerate to immigrants that are found themselves in their country. So, whatever anybody is telling you about immigration, have these three things in mind. That's the only thing that will stop you from working hard to get your citizenship. So sometimes we normally cry wolf about things that we shouldn't, that should not bother us. You understand? So, for example, you're coming as a student, somebody, in YouTube will be saying, "There's no job, oh, there's no this, so there's no this." I laugh sometimes. I don't even know where to start. That is why I started this video. I asked, when you go to the hospitals, you go to the care homes, you go to the schools, you go to the transport services, you go to everywhere. Who are the people you see there? They are mostly immigrants. So if those jobs are not there, people wouldn't like to go there. So I wish you luck. And if you want to go to Finland, you want to go as a Schengen visa holder to change your distance, you have to make your plan. You have to have required skills that can help you jump from one thing to another. In case your plan, the first plan or second plan did not work for you, you have to have those things in mind that this thing might not work or this thing will work this way. So I want to tell you today that you can go to any country. There's not any country that is full to the brim. There's not any country that is full to the brim. There's none. You can switch your Schengen visa, but you have to be practical and you have to be intelligent enough to know what to do. So I wish you luck in your application. Put your application, do what you have to do as a human being. When it fails, it fails. And you can't beat yourself. If you everything we do in this life is by trying. So we cannot say because we envisage failure. If everybody envisage failure, nobody will do anything. Most students that go and go post study work and find another job to give them work permit, they don't have two heads. They don't have two heads. They only have one head. And those people that have switched their Schengen visa, they don't have two heads. They only have one head. So if you want to move anywhere, especially Finland, I've told you what to expect now, and I've told you what to do to be in good books of the immigration services, because that's the only thing that should bother you. Don't bother about anybody telling you life is hard and life is hard for everybody, even for us. Life is hard. If it is not hard, I should be in Dubai in one skyscraper drinking wine, and things are making money for me. Life is hard for everybody. Don't allow anybody to put fear on you. Life is hard for everybody. So what you need to be thinking is about yourself and how to improve yourself and how to get what you want out of migration, relocation, and settling down to get citizenship. I wish you luck, and I believe you will be successful. This is my belief. I believe everybody that tried, that put in their best, you know, will be successful. Don't mind all these people. I've told you the line to give them. When they say, our country is full, our country, don't come here, don't come here. Ask them, who are the doctors in your hospital? Who are the nurses? Who are the teachers? Who are the warehouse workers? Who are the cleaners in your airport? Who are the baggage handlers in the airport? Who are these? Who are your workers in the key areas of economy? Who are those workers? Are they your countrymen and women? You can see they will not answer. I've asked two of them here. They ran away. They can't answer because they need you more than you need them. But after all, they have to do shakara before they give you this thing. But they need you. I'm telling you, they need you. When you ask them this question, they don't normally come back with a good answer. They will not even answer you because what you are saying is obvious. Go to their hospitals, they are not there. It's only your tribe men and women that are there. So if they are saying, don't come here, don't come here, we are locking our gates. They've been saying that they have been locking their gates since 1980. Yes, even before I was born, they've been saying that they will lock their gates. Please, there are things you should ignore. These three things are the things that you should focus. Don't listen to anybody telling you rubbish. Most of us listen to those things and will go for it. And it derail us from our track. Please don't listen to all these people. So I wish you luck and have a very nice day. Please, can you give us a thumbs up and subscribe? Please subscribe. We love you, and we want you to help us share this video in your social media platforms and in your own platform, like your Facebook, your Instagram, like your LinkedIn, like everywhere you manage a social platform or a social profile. Can you help us spread this message? And thank you so much. And I appreciate all of you, and I wish you luck. And I know that you will be successful. Me, if anybody don't know Womiba Group, we know that you will be successful. So thank you so much. Bye bye.